Bloody Mary. 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 Hello? Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. What the fuck?
Did you hear that? What was that?
Masked serial killer, obviously.
Stop!
Do I need to, hold your hand or something?
No. Whatever. Are we close?
Shh. Swan, you think this is the right way? We left the Overlook an hour ago. Shouldn't we be at the parking lot by now?
Oh god, oh god.
Let's admit it. We're lost.
We're lost. I'm so sorry. I thought we came back the same way from the Overlook.
Hello, welcome. You're watching Headset VR. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another gaming video. Now, today I'm going to be playing the most recent release from Don't Nod. This is Lost Records Rage and Bloom. Now, this game came out in February and it's come out as a two-part story, with the second part set to come out on, I think it's the 15th of April. Now, this is made by the guys who have done the Life is Strange games. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Life is Strange games. They're pretty good, don't get me wrong. It's just not generally my cup of tea. But they are enjoyable. It's just a little bit more slow paced than what I'd probably prefer. And probably what a lot of people prefer, which is why they generally don't smash sales records. But they do generally have good ratings if you look for reviews and things like that. And this game has had some pretty stellar reviews. And I found it seemed quite intriguing, and I wanted to give it a play. And I played through the whole thing in flat screen, and now I can't wait for part 2 to come out. This is a thoroughly enjoyable game. There's lots of story to it. It is a very storage game, but there's also a big mystery. And the big mystery is, are we going down the horror channel? Is this going to turn into something creepy? So, to give you a little bit of a taste of this game, I'm going to be playing it today in UEVR. It is an Unreal Engine game. Now, I'm going to be using the most recent version of the nightly build. So, do check to see if you do have the most recent version. Okay, and just quickly having a look, at the time of recording, this was uploaded 2 days ago. There is UEVR Nightly 01043. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this all set up and show you how to play it in UEVR. So first of all, because I conveniently didn't actually know there was a brand new build, but had to look, we're going to download this. So as it says here, we're just going to go down to the UEVR zip just here, click on that, and as we can see here, that is downloading. Now, sometimes you might find Chrome or your antivirus software might block the download of this. It hasn't for me this time, surprisingly. And I'm just going to go into this and extract it we'll just extract it right here and I'll mess about with its file location later. So of course then we just open the UEVR injector, and because it's new, a new download, we have to click more info and then run anyway, and we'll restart as administrator. Click yes, and then from here on this little drop down arrow here, search for the name of the game that we're playing. Now it's advisable, I would suggest to play in OpenXR because we tend to find performance is better. Our rendering method here is going to be native stereo with skip draw. Now if you do wish to import a profile, which we're not going to be doing today, you would click the import config here and then look for wherever your profile is, open that from the zip file, and that's it. But we're not going to be doing that today. We're going to pretty much see if we can make a profile. So let me just minimize all of this down, and we're just going to inject from here. So let's give it a go. Right, okay, I do apologise about any chatter in the background here. The characters will be chatting. Now, I'm going to give this a try, first of all, seeing if we can use the controllers and how good they are. But it's very likely I'll probably just play on the gamepad because it seems a bit more suited for that kind of thing, really. So, first of all, let's resume the game.
Did you hear that?
Boo!
Oh, stop!
This is so crazy,
Yeah,
but awesome.
you're kinda
Okay,
weird.
as you saw that,
You know that?
when I've injected, the game went a little bit weird,
Where
but I had
are
to
we?
enable native
Seriously?
stereo fix.
Beats me.
So make sure you enable native stereo fix. Like I said, I do apologise about
I don't
the
really wanna
chatter
go
in the background
home
if you can't
anyway.
really hear me.
Won't your parents freak if you don't show up?
Screw them.
Right,
You can crash at my place. Like, if you just can't deal.
Right.
No, I don't want to get you in trouble too.
Let's just click on some of these settings.
Should've left earlier.
Standing height, origin, recenter view, and recenter horizon.
Stay close, you guys.
Is this the right way?
I hope
Okay.
so.
I'm going to turn this off because we've got the insert key for the menu, and I'm going to up the resolution somewhat here.
Don't worry. If we die out here, at least we'll be together.
And put this to
Wow.
1.4.
How romantic. Can we go home now?
Like I say, make sure you enable native stereo fix. Inputs, we're just going to stay as we are. Let's go. Let's try it with room scale first. Camera, let's enable decouple pitch. So we've got a leveled out horizon. Now there's a little trick that I've heard with this, which we can mess about with the cameras in just a moment. But before I do that, I'm just going to select a couple of my stereotypical keybinds to recenter the view. So do make sure when you're doing this, you have your head straight, your back straight, and you're sitting up straight. Now toggle 2D screen mode. This will come in handy for any cutscenes. So it'll turn it into a 2D screen. And UI, to remove the in-game UI if you don't want it. And also to disable VR, which will also come in handy for any cutscenes we've got. So let's just put compatibility to symmetrical for both of these. And then if we go into config, make sure it's enabled at startup and disable UObject hook. We're going to enable that keybind. Now this is put in purposely, so when we get a cutscene, you tend to find sometimes if you've gone into main and acknowledged porn and you've attached the camera to your character, sometimes if you've made the skeletal meshes invisible, when you get a cutscene, the character's completely invisible. So what you do is you hit the disable UObject hook keybind, and that will make all the meshes visible. And then because you'll have a 3D cutscene, which doesn't always work very well, now there's two things you can do. You can either disable VR as well, which will make the cutscene look great as it normally would on your monitor. Or if you enable 2D screen mode, it'll make the cutscene look good in your headset. Obviously, disabling VR is better if you're recording content like me. Otherwise, enable 2D screen is if you're just going to stick in the headset and play the game. That's my personal opinion. Okay, now if I just shut down the UEVR menu, it's quite dark in here. So let me just go into settings. Let's have a little look at some of these settings first of all. So if we just jump straight over to video, and we're going to turn off the motion blur. We're going to turn off the camera shaking as well. Let's go into some of the graphics settings. Right, let's put the quality just onto high. That will do. Let's see what it's like with TSR on high. No, we'll just leave TSR on low. Render distance we'll put on medium. Post-process down to low. Effects quality down to low. Textures we'll leave on high. And shadows we'll leave on high. And we'll go back. Let's go into main. Now, because this is a third-person game, I'm going to attach camera to relative. And we're going to see how this plays if I can make it first person and third person. It's probably going to be better as third person in all honesty, but it's nice to see options. I can see a creepy shadow over there, one of the other characters. Right, let's just go attach camera relative. So right, if we go into components, the skeletal mesh, there's the camcorder, there's the flashlight, there we go, there's the skeletal mesh for the characters. If you want to make this first person, as you can see, we're in acknowledge pawn, components, and then you go down here to DNE, as in download entertainment, pawn, skeletal mesh, component, character mesh, and then you just tag visible, and as you can see, the character goes completely invisible. We can then save visibility state, and then if we minimize that down, it looks like we have some kind of first person experience. So I can move which way I'm looking so we can see the other characters with the right controller. Move excuse me, move the person with the left stick, but we're aiming where the torch goes with this. Now let's see if we can do a little bit further. Now we're going to try this with controllers, because we can see just there we've got the camcorder. So let's find that camcorder, which is just there, and I'm going to pick up the motion controllers now, and I think you can see probably where I'm going here. Just for the hell of it, we're going to see, can we attach this to the right controller? Well, that looks like we can. So let's just go on to adjust. There's the camera just there, so line that up with the camera, and we're going to press the insert key again to bring up the UEVR menu. Go into input, and we're going to change that from game to right controller. And there we go. We now have the controller waving around attached to the camera. So we've got the light, and we're going to see how we go like this in first person. Now if you want to get back to third person, if you remember our keybound disable your object hook, let's just click that, and as you can see then now we're back in third person, and you can just about probably make out Swan in the light, and we can play it as third person. Right, well this could be quite cool, interesting. Now I know it may not play all the way like this, but it's an option anyway. Let's wander through the creepy forest. And see what the hell is happening. Like I said, there are going to be bits where we're going to get cutscenes, and I'll try and make the cut. Whoa!
Oh, no.
What's
up with your light, Swan?
The gamepad on my leg just vibrated and shit me up.
Can I tell you a secret?
Okay, right, for that cutscene just then, I had to
You
disable
know something
your
weird.
object hook. And,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on?
There's this old house they find. And they break into it in the very first chapter.
Okay. There we go. That's a lot better. Now, after that little cutscene there, we started getting some weird graphical effects. So I put on FSR 3. Now, that's probably because I'm running an AMD card. So I've got an RX 7900 XTX GPU and a Ryzen 9 7900 CPU and 32GB of RAM. And we're using a Quest 3 headset with the official Oculus link. Okay, so we're going to have another cutscene come here. So just for this bit, I'm going to press disable your object hook and disable VR just so we get it looking good
The Overlook,
on the
do
screen.
you remember? Oh my god. This definitely isn't the way we came, right?
What the hell?
No way. I've never seen this. Think it's open? Locked. This seems kind of dangerous. Look, I think I could see inside. Well, kinda. Hold up!
Stop! What are you doing? There could be somebody in there.
I want to go in.
For real, though. We should get out of here. Or not? Cripes almighty.
Graceful entry, Swan. Don't worry, your camera survived. Come get it.
Okay. One sec. Our day started out like Stand By Me, but ended up like Blair Witch.
Indeed it has.
Swan?
No?
Hurry up. Open the door. Here, open the door.
Okay.
Oh, geez. There's a lock. And it's kind of weird.
Locks aren't usually on the inside, you guys. Something's going on here.
Okay, right, so there's a puzzle we've got to solve.
So there's a bunch of symbols on this thing, but it's like a combination lock.
Swan, you okay?
Yeah, but this place is really weird. Whoa. What was that?
Someone talk so I don't fall asleep.
Do come in.
Okay, well, I'm just going to leave the video just about here. Now, like I say, you can play this, and it looks pretty playable from a first-person perspective. But you know, that's totally your choice. If you want it in third person, just disable your object hook and change your input method. But of course, this way you do get to use the camera, and as you can just briefly see there before it despawned, you can move it around for the torch,
kitty.
that kind of
These
thing.
snacks aren't for you. Hey,
And
buddy.
it makes going around in the
I gotta get
dark
in my trunk.
a little bit better.
Can you
It
move?
does.
Good boy.
Right, now, like I say, with this, it is a very good story game. It will slowly
Now I can get into
draw
my
you
trunk.
in to the
Thanks,
point
kitty.
where you'll wonder what is going on, what is going to happen next. Are we verging down horror story territory? Is it science fiction? Is it just a plain old mystery with a good lot of character development? Well, I'm not sure, but look out for Tape 2 on the 15th of April. I'm really looking forward to this. And yeah, if you pay for the first tape, the second tape is completely free as a DLC. But otherwise, this is a great game, and I'm glad I've got the chance to play it in VR here as well. It wasn't something I'd actually planned on doing until I bought the game and thought,
Didn't
wow,
I need something from my
what a
trunk?
good game this is. It really is, without doubt, the best game that Don't Nod have ever done, in my opinion. There aren't a lot of Steam reviews, but they are mostly positive. But like I say, if you're not really into the Life is Strange games, maybe it's not your kind of thing. If you're on the fence, it's definitely worth a go. Maybe pick it up in a sale, but it is definitely worth a go. It's really intriguing. There's a lot of character development, and yeah, maybe some people might say it's a bit too woke for me, but don't worry about whether
Sorry,
it's
kitty. These
got
snacks aren't for you.
minorities in here. You know,
friends.
it doesn't matter. It's a good story. There's some good interactions, and there's a good plot that's going to take you down a rabbit hole that will leave you wanting the second chapter to come out. Like I say, I'm not a big fan of these games, but this one I absolutely loved, and I wanted to play it again as soon as I'd finished it. It'll probably take you about 10 hours to finish through, and I think at the moment you'll probably get it for about £35, which if you're on the fence might be a bit more than what you want to pay. But do, like I say, give this a shot if you get the chance. Anyway, that's just a taster of Lost Records Rage and Bloom Tape 1. I will do some of Tape 2 when that comes out as well, which I am excited to play.
Didn't I need something from my trunk?
Yeah, you did need something from your trunk, but we're not going to get it out. But all I'd like to say is thank you for watching. This is Headset VR playing Lost Records Rage and Bloom Tape 1 using UEVR. If you have liked what you're seeing, if you do appreciate the video, give it a thumbs up. It really does give the channel a boost. And if you've got any comments that you want to make, put them in the usual place. I'm happy to discuss anything about settings. If you've got any technical issues, I'll try my best. You can go to the Flat to VR Discord, and they are a lot better technically wise at help than I am, but you know, I'm happy to give it a shot if you do need certain quick fixes. Otherwise, if you want to see more VR related content on the channel, then do subscribe, because that's all we're going to do here. You'll get UEVR, you'll get mods, you'll get native VR games, anything that you can play in a headset, just so you guys know the kind of experiences that are out there that you can play. Some people don't know, but that's my aim, is to help show people what's out there. But anyway, I'm just going to say thanks for watching. We'll see you again for the next video. Look out for part 2 of this when it comes out in a couple of weeks.
Didn't I need something from my trunk?
Yeah, you're going to need your mouth shut in. That's what you're going to need. Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you for the next video, guys. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.